Many of you have asked me to share pictures of my Lego railway with you. Now, before I do that, because I'm still working on that, let's start with the engines and the rolling stock I have on my Lego railway. So today I'm going to compare the engine from the Hogwarts Express with an Enlighten steam locomotive set number 627. For those of you who have never heard of Enlighten Brick or the Enlighten Train series, hey, it's worth checking out. They are a fraction of the cost of the Lego trains, and they have the wide variety of trains that you wish Lego had. As you can see here, these two engines are comparable in size. The Enlightened engine is a little bit bigger than the Hogwarts Express. There's a few other differences between the Lego trains and the Enlightened trains that we really need to look at. Number one, the Lego trains, you have to put on your own stickers and decals. With the Enlightened trains, they are already there. Every sticker you see on this train was already applied. And for those of you who look closely, that'll explain why the stickers are straight and perfectly aligned on the Enlightened trains, and they're kind of crooked and mismatched on my Hogwarts train here, because I cannot put stickers on worth beans. I wish they already came with the decals or stickers on them. Hey, the Enlightened trains, they do that for me. So that is a big plus. Another plus for the Enlightened trains is the trucks. The carriage that the train rides on comes partially assembled. Unlike in the Lego sets where you have this little box where you pull the axles out and pop the wheels together and then pop that in there, you do not have to do that with an Enlightened train. It already comes assembled at least that far. And if you think that's not a very big deal, open a train set and find that little box that has those axles in there. Find an axle missing out of there, and then your whole train set is ruined. So that is another plus. So far it has been my experience that everything with the Enlightened bricks, the trains, the minifigures, the bricks, everything is 100% compatible with Lego. And of course that makes them 100% compatible with Mega Bloks also. Now there's one category here where Lego wins, and that's in the couplers. The couplers are much more substantial on the Lego trains than on the Enlightened trains, but it really is not that big a deal. As for the quality of plastic the Enlightened trains and the Enlightened bricks are made of, they are comparable to Mega Bloks and Lego. There is no real big difference, especially since Lego is making more and more of their things in China. In a few years, you will see no difference at all between them. The only time at all I've ever had a problem assembling any of the Enlightened bricks is if I have a long straight run and I am putting it onto another long straight run. Sometimes it takes a little bit to pop it together. Maybe one of the little nubs is off by 1/100th of an inch. Not a big deal. So what we're looking at here is probably a product maybe 85 or 90% the quality of Lego, and eventually Lego's coming down in quality, so they're going to be just about equal. Now, for you Lego purists out there who are thinking, wait a minute, use some other kind of train other than a Lego train, think about this. This Enlightened brick locomotive right here cost $9.99. Yeah, that's right, under $10 for this locomotive with a tender. Whereas the Hogwarts train set costs $79.99. And yes, you get an engine, a tender, you get the little car, and you get a passenger car, and you get some minifigures. So, hey, $80, that's not that bad. But what if Lego sold the Hogwarts Express, just the locomotive and the tender by itself? What do you think that would cost if you put that figure into that $79.99 figure? Well, $20, $25, $30 at least, because it is the biggest single piece in this set. So maybe $40, half of the value of the set. You decide between $20 and $40 for the locomotive and the tender. But now you're saying, wait, that's not fair to compare an individual locomotive with a set. And right, that's the point. Lego will not sell cars and locomotives or tenders or tank cars or box cars or flat cars or engines. They will not sell them individually. So the first thing you're going to notice when you start looking into these Enlightened trains is, number one, they are amazingly low priced. And you have the ability to pick and choose which locomotives and rolling stock you want on your train set. Because seriously, one of the biggest complaints with the Lego train sets is it comes with an engine and it comes with 1 or 2 cars. That's not big enough for a train set, so we want to buy individual cars, but you can't do that. Well, you can with the Enlighten train sets. So basically what Enlighten is doing here is they are offering things that you cannot get from Lego. A wide variety of rail cars, from tanker cars to flatbed cars to log cars, to box cars, to various passenger cars, to several different kind of locomotives, electric, steam, high-speed train. They have some really cool train setups. And in case you were wondering, yes, they do have train sets just like Lego does, where it comes with a little train station, some people, an engine, and a couple of cars. But I like to mix and match and pick the rolling stock I want with my locomotives. Okay, so what you have here is comparable quality. Hey, it's just as good as the Lego trains that I've seen. You have an amazing selection, and you have amazingly low prices. So what's the downside here? Well, the downside, if there really is one, is this. All of this stuff comes from Hong Kong, and it ships from Hong Kong. So it takes a couple of weeks to get to you.
Beameister 22, the most dangerous man on YouTube.